Hi there guys, it's Chris here with selfmadenewbie.com, and in this video we're going to go through the best garden hoses currently out there today. Now I've kept this list as comprehensive as possible, narrowing it down to my absolute favourite top 5 picks, so no matter what you're looking for, there'll definitely be something on this list for you. So before we jump in, drop a like and subscribe and hit the bell to be updated with new videos. Alright, so as usual, I'm going to skip the fluff and just jump right into my recommendations. If you want to confirm what they are, go down in the description there and check out that list to guarantee you get the lowest pricing. Alright, so the first one on the list is going to go to my best for most people, and this is the 0G 5/8 inch DX50 foot. So for you garden enthusiasts, or for those of you who just like to squirt water on stuff, the 0G garden hose. At first glance you'd think that's about exciting as a tax return, but oh how first impressions can be deceiving, much like when you meet your Tinder date and find out they're actually into interpretive dance. Key features: untangling drama. I know, out of the box this thing looks like my Aunt Linda after a 2-day bender, but once you've overcome the Rubik's Cube of hoses, you've got yourself a genuine gem. Note to the manufacturer, considering a different packaging approach could help, you know, like not making it look like spaghetti upon arrival. It's also kink free. Now I'm not here to kink shame, but this hose refuses to kink even when I tie it up like a scout's knot. Loop it, pull it, twill it around like a Broadway star. This hose ain't choking, folks. It's built tough as well, like a 90s action hero. Run it over with your car, drag it across your gravel driveway. This hose doesn't care. It's encased in a layer of what could only be described as the rock of fibers. If it had a face, it would scowl at you for even trying to hurt it. It also has weatherproof flexibility. The flexibility on this hose is as consistent as your grandmother's turkey stuffing recipe. Uniformly good or bad, depending on your grandma. Titanium level fittings. These fittings are aluminum with a dash of brass, sort of like if Iron Man was a gardener. So the pros: durable as a Nokia 3310. Fittings so secure they might as well have 2-step verification. Flexibility that could put a gymnast to shame. Never kinks, unlike your weird neighbor. The cons, however, initially a bit like trying to untangle earbuds. Annoying, but not really a deal breaker. The next one on the list is going to go to my best value option. This is the Grow Green expandable garden hose with high pressure. So my first impression of this was that it felt as soft and floppy as a politician's morals, but don't let that initial softness fool you. Like a B-list actor desperate for a comeback, this hose really knows how to grow on you. Key features: expanding horizons. Starts out small, then expands to 50 feet, as if it just remembered it had left the oven on. If this hose were a self-help book, it'd be called How to Go From a Flop to a Marvel in Seconds. Material matters. Wrapped in latex and woven fibers, this hose basically wears the equivalent of garden couture. It's the Audrey Hepburn of hoses. Elegant but durable. Fittings fit for a king. The brass attachment fittings here are as solid as your dad's music taste. Questionable to some, but undeniably authentic. No leaks to be found unless we're talking about the spray nozzle, but we'll get to that. So the So-So spray nozzle comes with its own spray nozzle featuring 8 spray patterns, from gentle mist to what did that flower ever do to you? A bit leaky, but hey, it's like dribbling toothpaste. You're not losing much. Also, retraction action. This isn't a hose for your run-of-the-mill lawn sprinkler. It's a drama queen that waits to fully extend before it performs. The pros in a nutshell: lightweight, like the featherweight champion of garden hoses. Made to last, just like those embarrassing yearbook photos. And also features a shut-off valve for those "I've had enough of gardening for today" moments. The cons: the spray nozzle has a slight dribble, but then again, so does my Uncle Ted, and we still invite him to Thanksgiving. The next one on the list is the best expandable option. This is the Titan 50-foot garden hose. The Titan garden hose. For those of you who enjoy a bit of Greek mythology in the garden, or if you just enjoy the idea of water coursing through an epic godlike tube, this is your pick. It's like the Zeus of garden hoses, except less complicated and more reliable. The key features: it's a brass behemoth. These fittings aren't just brass, they're King Kong brass. So large you can turn it with your entire hand, not just the tips of your love-starved fingers. Seriously, it's like shaking hands with a giant. Twist and shout: the nozzle is a 2-time winner. First for its functionality, second for not making your hands cry. Rubber coated with smooth twist spray adjustments, because even your hose should treat you to a bit of luxury. Switcheroo valve. A shut-off valve at the hose's end lets you swap nozzles without turning off the water first. It's like having a butler, but for watering. Compact and flexible. It's so light and bendy that it literally folds into a box the size of an airport novel. Just remember, flexibility is a virtue, unless you're a politician. Test of strength: survived being backed over by a car, which is more than we can say for my self-esteem, still emerged victorious in the kink-free test. The pros: no PhD needed to store this, it's like hose origami. Comes with a nozzle that makes you wonder why other nozzles even bother, and more durable than my commitment to a New Year's resolution. The cons: the nylon exterior snagged a little bit, but really, who among us hasn't suffered a slight snag when pulling something around? Okay, I'll leave that one. The next one on the list is going to go to my best flexible option, and this is the Grace Green Hybrid 5/8 inch garden. So this is the Grace Green garden hose. With a name that sounds like she should be attending garden parties with the Queen, you might think this hose is all high tea and no action. But brace yourself, because Grace is about to kick your grass. Key features: cool under pressure. This is more flexible than a yoga instructor dodging tax returns. Loop it around your flagpole, your garden gnome, or even your annoying neighbor's car. Grace won't kink on you. It's short but mighty. It's just 10 feet long, but what it lacks in length, it makes up for in performance. Think Danny DeVito, but as a hose. Ideal for the balcony gardeners among us, or a hose extension for the overcompensators. Grip it and rip it. The non-slip ergonomic grips at both ends make attaching this hose a breeze. Gone are the days of squeezing metal fittings until you've developed the grip strength of an Olympic weightlifter. It's leak-proof. No leaks, no tears, just pure hydraulic power. Though it did squirt a bit when I attached a spray nozzle, it turned out to be a user error though, or what we like to call in the biz, a you problem. Free accessories. Comes with a cute little hanging strap so you can stow your hose like a Van Gogh masterpiece, albeit on your fence or a large hook. The pros in a nutshell: flexibility that'll make you question your own yoga routine. Crush resistant fittings, because Grace is no pushover. Hanging strap included, a nice finishing touch like sprinkles on a sundae. Cons: comes advertised as sprayer included, but nope. Just like my hopes and dreams, promised but never delivered, so do be wary of that. And the next one on the list is going to go to the best stainless steel option, and this is the Bionic Steel 100-foot garden hose. So if the Terminator and a garden hose had a baby, the Bionic Steel garden hose would be it. First impressions: well, imagine James Bond in hose form, shiny, slinky, and so full of grip you'd think it was an over-eager intern on the first day. Key features: steel yourself. This isn't just a hose, it's 100 feet of reinforced stainless steel goodness. If this hose was a rock band, it would definitely be Metallica. Brass and class, with brass fittings and ribbed rubber sleeves. Attaching this hose is smoother than my attempts to slide into someone's DMs. Non-slip and as firm as a handshake from a car salesman. Flexible but firm. It starts off limp and slippery like a wet noodle, but once filled with water, it becomes the Al Pacino of hoses, dramatically transformed and impossible to kink. Also, wait a minute. Though made of steel, this thing weighs only 3 pounds. That's like saying Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is made of feathers. It doesn't add up, but it works. Crush test. Drove over it with a compact car, because why not? Turns out the steel doesn't bend that easily, folks. Can't vouch for what happens when a monster truck goes over it, but let's be real, who gardens with a monster truck? Pros in a nutshell: kink resistant, just like my personality, built stronger than my will to exercise, and also flexible enough to navigate life's or your garden's little twists and turns. The cons: it's slippery to carry, but then again, so is your grandma after 2 glasses of sherry. Alright guys, so those are my recommendations. I've tried to include some variety there to cater to whatever needs you have. If you have any questions though, drop them down in the comments, and if you found value in this video, drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.